Tonight I'm watching the Ravens' second half drive versus the Chiefs in the championship game. There were 8 plays called on this drive, all of which were pass plays. Off the ball, the Chiefs play a back-end cover 3 look. The Ravens run a flood concept to the bottom of our screen, I think, with an interesting twist. Hill ends up kind of leaking out, running this arrow being the bottom part. Ultimately, he is Jackson's target, and this play picks up 16 yards. Our outside receiver is the top part of the flood concept, running this vertical. Oftentimes, you'll see the number 3 receiver run a cross, which we see out of the number 2 in this case. We're going to see Isaiah threaten that and run a bender around the coverage and become the middle part of this flood concept. Likely running this route inside and then bending it outside to some extent does open the flat to Hill. Quarterback gets the football out, and again, it's a big gain on first down. The bender to sail route that likely runs does take a little bit of time to develop. The Chiefs send an extra off the left tackle side. I don't even know how to talk about Stanley's protection on this. Just so bad. Typically, the progression on this would be the vertical, which is an alert. If the guy wins off the line, it's going to be a shot. Then the middle route in the concept, so reading high to low, which I believe did come open if the quarterback has time in the pocket. Lamar does a good job quickly going through this progression and feeling this pressure. Still takes a hit, delivers the throw. Big gain on first down. Really poor protection. That's Gus. I've been calling him Hill. After that conversion, the Ravens are in 11 personnel with this bunch, boundary side, 3-by-1, a single receiver to the field. Andrews gets a good bit of attention off the ball, gets banged up a little bit here and bracketed with these 2 defenders. Ultimately, Pat runs a hitch here that draws some attention. I think Andrews ultimately options this across the middle or reads it across the middle, and there's a chance to get him the football. I'm not sure why there isn't more attention paid to the singled up receiver, Bateman in this case, who wins with a double move, gets behind the defender. It's an opportunity to get him the football deep. We'll see the Chiefs rushing just 4. Lamar's going to feel some pressure, get out of there, ends up picking up 11. We get back-to-back first down plays or first down conversions. From this angle, we'll see Pat Ricard block the edge and then release. Pretty good time initially in the pocket. You can see some pressure up the middle, though. Linderbaum getting pushed back. Even with the Ricard block, you see Stanley giving up a pressure. I'd like to see an alert to the 1 receiver side off the ball. I also think there should be a built-in option for the tailback to read the leverage of whoever it is that's defending him. After another first down conversion, the Ravens are moving the football. It's 1st and 10. Remember, I said they don't run the football one time on this drive. 8 designed pass plays. Chiefs send 6. Protection does not hold up. And somehow, this would have been a 7-yard loss, let's say. 6 or 7-yard loss. Somehow he gets out of that initial grasp of the defender and somehow gets this football in the direction of Justice Hill to avoid losing yardage on this play. We'll look at the protection in a second, but you'll notice what they're trying to do, and Lamar almost pulls this off. See further emphasis on these benders running inside, then out. And you'll see from the back end, Lamar's trying to hit this. Lamar steps up because of the pressure outside, Morgan Moses being beat, but he's seeing and waiting on that route being run by Beckham. Watches Moses is beat. He feels that pressure, steps up, cocks his arm. He wants to get that football out into space right up here. But Justice Hill's attempt in picking up this B-gap, blitzing linebacker, there are no words for how bad it is. Again, it's pretty miraculous Lamar gets out of this. After that narrow escape, the very next play, 2nd down, 10 to go. We get a mirrored stick concept out of Andrews and Likely. To our field side, we get a concept that's very reminiscent of 2 plays before, with his stick, dig behind it, and Hill to the flat. Kansas City's going to bring 4, play cover 3, behind it, off the ball. It looks like Lamar's reading Mark, comes off of that, gets the ball to Justice Hill in the flat. They convert on 2nd and 10. Once again, 1st and 10, ace formation, Lamar under center, dot in the backfield. Somehow or another, the Ravens are able to turn this into a 5-yard gain on 1st down. Once again, no runs on this drive whatsoever, 8 straight passes. I want to draw attention to Ronnie Stanley in protection here. Ends up on the ground. Not sure if he trips right there over Isaiah Likely or over his own 2 feet. Good protection everywhere else. Pat Ricard holding up on the edge. Ronnie's falling on the ground. Brings pressure, forces Lamar to step up. Another pretty incredible throw here just to get the football to Justice. Again, semi-miraculous that they pick up 5 on this. When I first watched this, I was sort of dragging the play along the way I'm doing now. And it struck me that Stanley sure took his time getting up off the ground, so I figured I'd better watch it up to speed. Watch this. Look how long it takes him to get up off the ground. If you're out there, even if you're hurt, you got to get up and protect your quarterback or make an effort to. There's not even a little bit of effort here, and this makes me very concerned, or more concerned, about the Ravens' left tackle moving into 24. Watch it one more time. Tell me if I'm wrong. The Ravens got the ball with around a little over 7 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. And not running the football at all on this drive is a bit of a head scratcher. This is 2nd and 5. Another 3-by-1 formation, closed middle of the field. Want to call this a cross by number 3. You get 2 running up the seam, occupying the middle of the field. Almost a deep mesh concept. Again, 2nd down and 5. Ravens are virtually in field goal range here. This is hard for me to pick up, but I think Lamar puts it right on him. Let me know what you think. In other words, I think this is a drop. It's all for naught because Simpson gets called for a hold on this play. Watch the ball. Very unorthodox throwing motion here, but it looks like he puts it right on the money. I'm not sure if the defender's paw makes Mark drop the ball or if it just bounces off his hands. Let me know what you think. Now the Ravens have some ground to make up. It's a 3-by-1 set. Mark is the soloed up receiver to the bottom of our screen. At the top of our screen, number 3 is going to run a little 5-yard out. Number 2 runs a dig. And I believe we see the number 1 on the outside run a comeback. This play is really about the connection between Lamar and Mark. I'm sure Lamar's thinking about Mark the whole time, pre-snap. Off the ball, he just checks the safety, checks the second level to ensure that Mark continues to have single coverage. This play really just speaks to me of the connection that he and Mark have. Puts the ball low and outside, pretty good coverage. Ravens make it 3rd and a little more manageable by picking up 6. 3rd and 9. If the Ravens were to attempt a field goal from here, you're looking at a 59-yarder. All that to say that if you pick up 5 yards here, they're in field goal range. In watching this game up to this point, I've noticed that Monken likes to run the same play twice, a few plays apart, by flipping the formation. If you look back a couple plays to the Mark Andrews drop, you'll see that this play bears a mirror image in terms of alignment and in terms of the routes being run. You get the check and release out of the number one receiver to this side, or the singled up. It's a 3-by-1 formation. You get the number 3 receiver from this side running this cross on top of the shallow, in this case run by Beckham. Beckham's come open here. If there's time in the pocket, this is going to be the hit by Lamar, and you may pick up a first down here, but you're certainly going to get into field goal range. Again, it becomes a matter of execution in the form of pass protection. You'll see Justice Hill again with a benchable offense here, dropping his head, lunging his shoulder, not seeing what he's hitting, allowing the quarterback to be pressured, and stopping this drive in its tracks. This happens quick.